Welcome back to another segment of Brighter Financial Fridays, sponsored by Discover. We all know that the last 6 months have been crazy for all of us, certainly for individuals, but also for lots of businesses. You know, one of the most interesting news stats out there is that 41%, nearly half of Black-owned businesses have already been shuttered by COVID-19, as have 17% of white-owned businesses. That's according to a report by the National Bureau of Economic Research. Discover encouraged people across the U.S. to nominate local Black-owned restaurants for the chance to win a $25,000 award from Discover to help support their restaurant. Overall, Discover's Eat It Forward campaign gave $5 million to Black-owned restaurants all across the country. Today, one of my new favorite people, Steve Ewing. He's the owner of Steve's Hot Dogs in St. Louis, Missouri, and Discover Award recipient. If you love hot dogs, you're gonna love his restaurant. Steve's done absolutely amazing things in the community, but the last several months, as you can imagine, have not been very easy for him. Steve, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Thank you.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from St. Louis. I was born and raised here.
How did you end up starting your restaurant? Was that a family thing, or was that something you did yourself and kind of broke ground on?
I play music professionally, and I've been doing that for like 30 years. And so it got to a point where I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to get my feet wet with food. And so we started doing the hot dog cart thing in the city, just to kind of just get a feel for it and just have another thing to do, you know, during the day. And then we decided we wanted to kind of expand and do some more things with the menu. So we needed a brick and mortar. And so I just kind of just searched around. So I found this little cute place on a little neighborhood called The Hill. And then we moved in there, and that was 11 years ago. Community-wise, we're in the middle of the south side of St. Louis. And so we're surrounded by schools, other little small businesses, and we're right in a neighborhood. So it's incredibly important for us to be involved with everything that's happening in the communities.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about COVID in this moment we're in, because I know the last 6 months haven't been easy on anybody.
COVID was pretty hard for us at the beginning because we were so used to this model of people coming in the dining room and eating the food and then taking it out and whatever. And then when they shut everybody down, we had to shift gears like really, really, really fast. Things that we weren't wanting to do or really prepared to do, but we realized we had to do it.
Steve, so what did it mean to you that the community nominated you for the Eat It Forward Award?
When we saw the community come together and nominate us for that award, it was just a really good feeling because we've been kind of just hammering and pushing and pushing and pushing. And you don't really get all of that feedback. And this was a moment where we got a ton of feedback. And it just kind of let us know that we are still here and people still value us. And so it's just an amazing feeling. And it kind of gives us more confidence to just keep pushing forward.
Tell me about the moment when you won, because I love hearing about those magic moments.
I almost kind of just broke down. I'm like, I can't believe this after all, this year has been crazy. So it just was really nice. I was a little overwhelmed, and I just started thinking of all the things we could do with that cash. It was $25,000. And what we've done is started to pay off some of the past debt I had at the beginning of the year. So this year started off really, really rough as we were prepared to shut down the restaurant. And so we shut the place down for about 3 weeks. My new partners came on board and we reopened. During that period of time, we really had to look at how we were going to pay off some debt that I had, which was taxes, purveyors, things like that. And so this $25,000 went right to paying off some of the debt. The extra cash allows us more capital to make food. So we have that little extra pad in the back of our accounts. We can make more food. We can hire more people to go out and make deliveries, and we can bring in more folks to help out. So that it all comes in to help out with us here, working and keeping the shop going. But we will continue to feed the community, and this just helps out financially to do all that. Huge thanks to Discover, big time. This, like you said, it's money, but it's also an affirmation. It feels good. It takes a lot of weight off emotionally. coming into this year. So thank you. It's awesome.
Hey, Steve, what an absolute pleasure. It's good to meet you. Keep the faith and be careful when I come into town. I'm coming to eat. To learn more about Discover's Eat It Forward campaign and obviously to learn more about the winning restaurant, head on over to discover.com/eatitforward. Hey, I want to thank you all again for joining us for another Brighter Financial Friday sponsored by Discover. And thanks again to Steve for joining us here today. Real pleasure to meet you and wish you all the very best in what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys having me.